Hey everyone, it's Haley. Welcome to Mom Life Vermont, and welcome to another episode of Confessions of a Bearded Lady. In the last episode of Confessions of a Bearded Lady, I waxed my face with the charcoal bead wax by Nads, and I wanted to show you guys kind of how it's grown. I should have looked. I'm gonna look. Just give me a minute. So I just had to take a quick peek. It has been 16 days since I used the wax. I would say, so what is my final thought here? So my final thought is I need practice. I need to get better at getting all of the hair waxed and leaving patchy bits, if there are any, to one or two hairs instead of like groups of hairs, because there were definitely parts of the traditional facial hair that I ended up using the Flawless for to get rid of, and those hairs obviously came back faster than the waxed hair. So on about day 7, so 7 days in, I definitely noticed that most of the hair, so anywhere that was waxed, was still clear, and anywhere that I used the Flawless was not, and then anywhere where I didn't even use the Flawless was particularly bad. Like the hair down here right now, I just never got rid of it before. That is particularly bad. So what I'm doing, because I think I had told you in the last episode that there were quite a few products from Nads that I was going to be trying on the channel, and that is true. That is 100% going to happen. But due to the fact that the hair growth here is rather inconsistent, and some of it is still really short, and other parts of it is very long, and this, did I do this? I don't remember if I waxed up here or not, but this is even starting to bother me. Like, look at this patchiness right there. These are those moments where I feel like if I didn't know that the hair was there, like I couldn't feel it on my clothes or feel it like kind of on my lip, I might not even be getting rid of it, but it's just starting to bother me. It's becoming a nuisance, so let's get rid of it. I'm just gonna quickly do this, and then, so I just wanted to kind of give you that update, but I guess the real reason I wanted to chat with you today is not really having anything to do with facial hair, but having to do with weight, and just some research I have been doing, and some of the, like, terrible things I've been reading, but we'll get to that in a minute. During that research, if you guys can take me seriously while I wear my face mask. So during the research for these videos or topics that I'm interested in as I'm on this weight loss journey to, one, ensure that I'm doing things that are proper for me and what I have going on in my body instead of just listening to somebody who I find on the internet. And then also to make sure that I have knowledge and understanding of me and my body and my condition to, like, stop certain actions or stop certain things. Like, I don't know, if I get off track on this diet and I go down this rabbit hole of eating, I don't know, only celery juice, and then I find out that that's really bad for somebody with PCOS, I want to kind of know that before I do it. So anyway, I was just doing research, and the thing that pissed me off while I was doing this research was the fact that when they were looking at talking about women who are, so one of the facts that I found out while I was doing this research was over half of the women with PCOS are overweight. And then they started talking about where women hold their weight. So women with PCOS or people with hormonal imbalances traditionally hold their weight in their abdomen, their stomach area, and all of these articles called it like a spare tire. Who wants their abdomen or a part of them referred to as similar to a spare tire or being compared to a spare tire? And it wasn't just like one article that was doing it. It was over and over and over again that they said that. And I'm really mad, but can you take me seriously? I am very lucky that I am like kind of like secure in my body, even though right now I'm on this weight loss journey. The weight loss journey isn't necessarily because I'm like, ooh, I need to look a certain way. It's basically like I I started to look in the mirror and not like who I was seeing, but I also was feeling like complete crap. So we're getting rid of birds with one stone. So I'm very lucky that I've kind of had that like my whole existence, my whole adult life, kind of where I knew that I was fat. I was really just okay with it. And even my mom said that recently on a Facebook post. She's like, you've never really cared much about your weight or what you've exactly looked like. And I was like, I know. But I think about 16-year-old girls, maybe when I was a kid, but now especially, who are seeing people all the time that look a very specific way and are constantly self-conscious about their bodies and the way that they look. And then that 16-year-old girl or that teenager walks into a doctor's office, gets told she has PCOS, grabs her little phone, does a little Googling, and then finds hundreds of articles who compares her body, who, yes, may be pleasantly plump, but she wasn't too concerned about it, all of a sudden having it be called a spare tire. That is going to destroy somebody. That is absolutely going to destroy somebody. So I was just astonished at how often I was seeing that. 100% astonished. As I was reading that and as like the more angry I was getting, I was like, how many times have I done that to other people, other things, talked about other people's bodies in a way that wasn't hurtful to me particularly, or I didn't feel it as an issue. But if somebody in that condition or in that, I don't know, maybe I was talking about red hair, and then somebody heard that conversation and they had red hair and they just took it in a completely different way than I meant it to be, just kind of like makes me go like, think about what you're saying and think about not just how that affects you, but also think about how that could affect somebody that you're like unknowingly hurting. You don't know what you don't know. But I think it's just important to think about how other people may interpret or react to what you're saying or how you're referring to a specific body part or things like that. Like, I mean, what are some other, like, I mean, I would rather even, like, be called a donut than a spare tire. Like, tell me that I have a little bit of extra donut on my abdomen, but do not tell me that I have a spare tire attached to my body. Face masks are so de-stressing for me. The fact that I was able to tell people the crappiness. So it's just one of those moments where you have the ability to change the story. You have the ability to change how it's being interpreted. And just make sure you're being kind to everyone around you and being mindful and aware that the words that you are using and the things that you are saying definitely have an effect on people, even if it's not your people or you. Somebody could read it down the road, somebody could see that, and that could destroy them. So, I don't want to be referred to as a spare tire. Women with PCOS and who have a little bit of extra cushion for the pushing in their belly region don't want to be referred to as having a spare tire. I just think that you should be well aware of that. Maybe I'm the only one that wants it to be called a donut, but I can't think of anything else. Like, I don't know, you have an extra flower pot in the front. Right? Alright guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this little Confessions of a Bearded Lady, and then be excited for the upcoming waxing videos and all these other things that are always excited and coming up on this channel. So, I'll see you guys next time, and you have a great day. Bye!